It's true what they say. Marriage is the only contract that pays someone to break it. It's just not worth it. Maybe it was 50 years ago, but now, it's just a mistake. In a recent video, we saw a single father lay out some truth bombs for everyone. He says that the real reason men won't date anymore is because it's just not beneficial for men anymore. The minimum they can get from this so-called contract is a woman who occasionally allows the man to have some physical intimacy. Other than that, there's nothing. There's no respect, there's no understanding, and there's no balance. Men would rather pay a professional woman to have physical relations with her than marry someone and end up affording her lifestyle for the rest of their life. And if they get divorced, then he's supposed to pay half of his earnings for the rest of his existence to the woman who will go on to live a better life with another man. Marriage is the least cost-effective way of having physical relations. Statistics have shown men who choose not to have intimate settings outside of marriage have much less intimacy in that lifetime of marriage than men who choose to remain single and pursue physical intimacy through professional women, while also having much less financial burden and commitment. They actually are getting what they pay for. It makes complete sense. There is no value in dating for a man. It is absolutely a waste of time, money, energy, effort, and life. Experiences and memories. Yeah, sure. All pretense under the auspices of an eventual inevitable breakup. Unrealistic expectations. Every man needs loving touch and release. That's why you don't date and don't go back. Dating an attractive woman in her 30s costs in the ballpark of $10,000 to $15,000 per year, minimum. Add another 25% if she does have her own children. Then compare the whole shebang to hiring a drama-free professional. If you think about it, paying for professional intimacy means ensuring a girl will be on her best behavior, will give a good time in bed, won't stay and empty your fridge or trash or rearrange stuff, won't sleep over and expect to hang out the next day, and won't post drama on Facebook about you. That's a much better deal for men than dealing with the constant drama that results as a consequence of marriage. Never give any woman a 100% of you or your hard-earned life savings. It takes a lifetime to know if she is trustworthy or not. Not to mention modern-day women who have traded happiness and family and the treasure of life such as children for material lifestyle and money. All you are to her is an ATM and a babysitter so she can live the single life again and leave her kids with you while she goes on girls' night out weekends with all her single girlfriends. Comes home after midnight drunk with her clothes all twisted around, her makeup all smeared up, smelling of other men, and her hair has this just-laid look to it. Shouts at you to F off as she stumbles past you on her way to the bedroom to pass out for the day. Women can't really complain about how terrible dating is. For them, dating is easy. Not so much for men. For men, on the other hand, it's a lot harder. We are expected to pay for everything, plan everything, and make the first move, the second and the 10th. We put up with women's hypergamy, craziness, fickleness, drama, and baggage. We do all that and more with no promise of anything in return. All they have to do is sit there and look cute with an attitude. Meanwhile, what do they offer? A bad attitude, no devotion or sincerity, a self-centered disposition, blue hair, another man's kid or two, and an entitlement mentality, just to name a few. Girls, let me put it in very simple and factual terms for you. If you are even average looking, not fat, not covered in tats, devoted, have a kind heart with a pleasant and non-crazy disposition. In other words, all the basic human virtues that any normal woman should have anyway, a good man would have found you a long time ago. The very fact you are alone speaks volumes about you. Not the thousands of nice guys in the past you've laughed at, ignored, and wouldn't have bothered to give the time of day to. You've rejected all of them in favor of the bad boys that did you and left you, and now you are wondering, where are all the nice guys? They're married to women that appreciated them when you tossed them aside. Men have become disinterested in dating and relationships, much less marriage. It's funny that in an age where women rely on their bodies to make their money via OnlyFans or adult films, this has become the best choice for men. No longer do we need to waste time and money on dating, only to end up with nothing in return months down the line. Don't meet to be their source of meals or events or nights out at fancy places, only to get a hug at the end of the night and a pat on the head like a good dog. By eliminating these women from our lives and focusing on ourselves, we can make more money, spend our free time with friends or hobbies, and when we need the intimate assistance of a woman, all that money saved from not taking them out can be spent on an experience with a woman who will give you everything you ever wanted and more, with no expectations and no strings attached. And when you are done, They leave with a hug and a goodbye. See you next week or month. This is the way to go. Forget all these wasted efforts on these women anymore. The whole reason Western countries are dealing with a horrendous dating market is for one simple fact. Most Western countries have stacked the odds so heavily in women's favor and have given them all the power with no counterbalance. As a matter of fact, they have made the natural counterbalance illegal. That counterbalance is professional intimacy services. If that was legal in Western countries, there is no way that women would act the way they do. The dating market would be a completely different place. Only fans would not exist. Women would be on their best behavior at all times in order to get and keep a man. Feminists would be completely ignored by both men and women, and the adult film industry would dry up overnight. You don't see countries with legalized professional intimacy services complaining about dating. Sadly, it is not lying if you go out on a date with a bunch of expectations on what you should do, what you have to say, how you have to be, to even get close to maybe getting in the door at the end of the night with a girl who wants to be paid for it. You know what you're going to get. She caters to you, asks what your needs are, what you want, and tries to fulfill your fantasy because to her it's a job. With a normal girl, it's a job to try and meet her expectations. With the professional girl, her job is to meet yours. All men pay for intimacy. The only question a man needs to ask himself is, do you want to pay for it all the time with your wife or girlfriend, or once in a while with a professional? Years ago, when your typical woman had a low body count, the wife or girlfriend was a far better option. But today, most women sleep around constantly, so the playing field has evened out. Most women today have slept with as many as 50+ men by age 30. Women have everything to gain and nothing to lose by getting married. Women risk nothing. Absolutely nothing. Men have everything to lose and nothing to gain by getting married. Men risk everything and have everything to lose by getting married. It's very hard to find a vehicle that is actually for sale these days. Better to just get a rental, gun it hard, then hand it back. Look for low mileage, good bodywork, and a comfy seat. Don't fall in love with it. Remember, it's just a rental and there's plenty more to try out. You can get a longer-term lease but never buy. Terms and conditions state it's never really yours anyway. Thanks for watching The Circle of Kings. As always, we're looking forward to your support. So please hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with everything all kings like yourself need to know.